Hi everyone, I'm Sriya. I'm a recent grad from Cornell Tech, from the Masters in Information Systems program, and I work for Anode on the product and GTM side. And I'm happy to introduce you today to our Prompting for Legal Docs webinar part. And yeah, let's get started. So, what is the problem? So, as you know, legal documents are sometimes really long to go through, and even law practitioners find it very time-consuming process to get into like all the small, minute details in the process. And it's like you have to extract a lot of entities to answer some legal queries, which can be very task. And then uh, these can be in format of like unstructured to free form outputs or categorical or even like multiple choice outputs. So it's a lot of outputs, a lot of data, and very difficult to go through. It's a very time consuming process. And so how is this process being done? So in the current approach, people do it either manually, so they go through each of the long documents by hand, which is a very tedious and time consuming process. But there are also some recent LLMs that have come out, but the struggle still remains because they're not exactly relevant for this information, because each legal document can come into like different domain specific categories. So there are these four models of LLMs which are being used in the sector, but they're not very good. Yeah, so how can we, Anode, make these models better? So there's two parts to this problem that we're trying to solve. One is the model hallucinations. So as you can see in the example here, if if we're trying to find the age of the defendant, one model could say it is like 73, but the actual human answer when they go through the documents manually could be very different, like 28. And the second part of the problem is the lack of domain specificity. So if the model, like the LLM model, lacks some domain specificity knowledge, then it is not able to provide accurate answers. Like in this example, so if we're trying to find out which jurisdiction the case actually took place, the model will probably not be able to tell you the exact answer, but the human answer after going through the document would be New York. Yeah, so this is our human-centered approach. So first, we take raw documents and divide it into two parts, the training data and the testing data. So for the training data, after doing some processing, we're obtaining a model ID and we provide that model ID to the testing data through which we generate a better model, or in fact, the best model for domain-specific processes. So yeah, let's look at a product demo that we have for the legal documents.
Using Anno, we will be extracting information from case studies. Because the documents are in PDF form, select Upload Unstructured. Enter the dataset name and choose Prompting and Per Document. After hitting Next, choose the documents you want to extract from by either dragging and dropping into the box or selecting from your computer and hit Upload. When it is done uploading, customize the prompt and questions. This case, we will be asking the crime the person is accused of by entering it into the box. The question is unstructured, so leave the button off and hit enter. The second question we will ask is the gender of the person. Since this is a structured question, we will turn the button on and hit enter. To enter the choices, click the prompt and you will be able to add options. To see the prompt questions or answers, you can press Expand All or the arrow. Now you will be able to annotate some of your prompts. If the answers are wrong, correct them. You can skip some of these prompts as well. Once you're done with annotating, click Next. You can search the dataset for a result you want to look for, and you can also download the data.
Yeah, so that was the demo video that we had. And yeah, I hope you guys were able to understand how the product works and how it is really beneficial for the legal documents, because it's a very tedious and time consuming process.